Hello! It's been a while. So, ngayon, isi-share ko sa inyo kung ano yung mga nabasa kong libro last month, January 2026. So, it will be a reading wrap-up. Ito sila. In the hopes of still encouraging you to continue with the year reading and reading. So, our first book na nabasa ko last month or this year is Delicourt's Rag and Bone Christmas. So actually, libro siya pang Pasko. It's meant to be read on Christmas time. Kasi gusto ko talaga siyang basahin last year, nung December. Pero hindi umabot. So sabi ko, since gusto ko namang basahin at fresh pa naman ang Christmas sa aking spirit. Kaya tinuloy ko pa rin siyang basahin nung January. So this book is a clean fiction. It's about our main character, Sally Suggs, na isa siyang rag and bone dealer sa place nila. So, this story kasi is set during 1865 sa London. And since sila ay isa sa mga nasa laylayan ng lipunan, ang kanilang trabaho ng kanyang father is being a rag and bone dealer. So, according sa pagkakaintindi ko and na research ko is, trabaho nila ang pumunta sa mga bahay-bahay, riding a horse in a cart, and then they collect whatever mga gamit sa mga bahay-bahay na yun na hindi na nagagamit, and then they sell it. And then kung ano yung payment, yun yung kanilang ginagamit sa pang-araw-araw. So, unfortunately, Sally's father, who is yung only lang nakasama niya kasi wala na siyang mother, namatay na, ay nagkasakit yung tatay niya. So she was forced to step up and be the sole breadwinner of her family. Kaso nahihirapan nga lang siya kasi nga trabaho yun mostly ng mga lalaki. But then yung kanyang situation led her to meet a lot of people na makakatulong sa kanya. So it's a story about family, but also it's about her finding love. Ngayon, I've rated it 2 out of 5 kasi nung last time pa lang na nakabasa ako ng libro ni Delicourt, meron akong napansin sa story na medyo pagka-inconsistency sa plot. Pero sabi ko, I'll give it another chance. Gusto ko pa rin magbasa ng libro niya kasi very wholesome. So, nung binasa ko to, I've noticed the same things. Kaya, hindi ko masyadong nagustuhan. I felt like inconsistent pa rin sa plot and the way na nag-introduce ng bagong characters. Hindi ko nakita yung evolution of the characters. That's why I've rated it 2 out of 5. So, my next read is Our Game by David Baldacci. Hanggang ngayon, hindi ko pa rin alam pronounce. David Baldacci or David Baldacci. So, ang book na ito is a crime fiction na last year, I also, for the first time nakabasa ako ng David Baldacci book. And it was one of my top 5 reads. So, sabi ko, I'll buy some of his books again and I will read it. So, nung nabasa ko to, it was good. It's a story about 2 ex-Secret Service agents, Sean King and, anong pangalang isa? Michelle Maxwell. So, they were just going through their lives. However, merong naging serial crime sa kanilang lugar na yung serial killer is someone who tries to copy different modus or different na strategies ng magkakaibang serial killers sa sa lugar nila in the past. So, they try to track them down, na-involve sila sa isang mayamang family na maraming sekreto, and then even if really the characters were a lot, the plot was messy, but maganda kasi kung paano magsulat yung author, na tatay niya lahat yung loose ends so that the story could be clean sa end. So I've rated this book 3 out of 5. Enjoyable and very fast-paced, pero meron lang time na nagka-slump ako nung binabasa ko kasi that time nanonood ako ng crime fiction na Thai series. So, nung pinagsasabay kong binabasa, parang naumay ako. Kasi for crime fiction yung binabasa at pinapanood ko. So, parang nakakaumay. Pero, dinuloy ko pa rin siyang basahin and it was good. It was good. So, my third read last month is The Holiness of God. Hindi ko alam kung ilang years na siyang nasa shelf ko. Kasi matagal ko na itong binili. Nung siguro 3 years or 3 to 4 years ago na siyang hindi ko nababasa. Matagal na siyang nasa shelf ko. Pero since yun nga, ang resolution ko this year is to read more Christian books. Kasi nga laba last year, 2025, hindi ako nakabasa ng ganun karaming Christian nonfiction. So this book is a Christian nonfiction. It's written by the great R.C. Sproul, bless his soul. Ipinapakilala ng book na to si Lord in a way na what does it mean for God to be holy. Natutunan ko na nakilala ko yung sarili ko on how I am a sinner and unworthy and God is holy. So with that truth, I am really meant to suffer the consequences of all of my sins. Because God is holy and He will have to be just and punish the sinners. But He is so perfectly good and He is so perfectly loving that He made a way for me, for us sinners to be justified. And ang ganda kasi it also reminded me kung paano ko dapat nire-revere si Lord sa mga ginagawa ko sa araw-araw. And not to think of God as just some scary judge, but to see Him for who He is, that He is love. And He is holy, holy, holy. So, of course, 5 out of 5. The way that R.C. Sproul writes is very deep siyang magturo. Pero very available sa lahat ng nagbabasa. Yung hindi mo feel na grabe, hindi ko naiintindihan. Pang matalino lang, hindi ganon. Very, very accessible to any reader. Fourth book that I've read this year is Cutting First Stone by Abraham Verghese or Verghese. So it is written by a physician. So as a physician myself, nakarelate ako ng todo sa librong to. Kasi marami ako natutunan when it comes to being a good physician. This story is about a twin, Marion and Shiva Stone. So ang kwento nila, they were born out of a very unconventional and at that time, impossible relationship. Kasi yung mother nila is a Indian nun and their father is a surgeon. So, firstly, namatay yung kanilang mother while birthing them and they were abandoned by their father. So, they grow up and they, marami silang pinagdaanan and there came a time na kailangan nilang harapin ulit yung kanilang past na tinakbuhan sila. So, ang daming naturo nitong libro sa akin. And ang ganda ng story. Ang haba niya, but the way that the author wrote it, ang ganda ng kanyang writing style. Very, very atmospheric, very beautiful writing style kung paano niya pinapakilala yung mga characters. Talagang tatatak sila sa'yo. They each have their distinct nature and characteristics. And yun, I've rated it 3 out of 5 kasi heavy kasi itong libro na to. It's a literary fiction. May mga unnecessary parts lang na for me hindi nagtutugma sa mga values ko. So lower so hindi siya perfect na 5 stars pero I really enjoyed it. Last book that I read last month is this, Gentle and Lowly by Dane Ortland. So this is a book of what the heart of Christ for sinners and sufferers are. So this book is, matagal ko na rin atang nabili, pero ngayon ko lang ulit nabasa. At ang ganda kasi pinapakilala naman nito kung sino si Kristo as a God and a man who came down on earth to be with the people, to be with His people. So, dito na mas na-explain sa akin yung mga verses na noon very easy ko lang basahin na hindi ko pinag-iisipang mabuti. Kunwari, when Jesus said, "Come to me, all who are labor and heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and lowly in heart, and you will find rest for your soul." So that is a very packed verse. Pero madalas na overlook ko lang yung sinasabi na dito na gentle and lowly in heart. And what does it mean? So mas na explain sa akin. And ang dami pang pagpapakilala kay Jesus sa Bible na hindi ko naiintindihan noon, na mas parang mas na-explain and mas nabigyan ako ng time para i-meditate at pag-isipan yung mga yun. So, it's a really, really, really beautiful book. And it really, really encouraged me a lot. Kaya ang daming tabs talaga. Short siya. Very short read. Pero hindi ko siya nabasa ng mabilisan kasi kailangan kong mag-stop. Kahit isang chapter lang kailangan kong mag-stop. Tapos, kailangan kong i-reflect yung mga nabasa ko. Ang ganda-ganda ng librong to. So, it's 5 out of 5. So yun, I hope you learned a lot sa mga na-share ko sa inyo about sa mga librong nabasa ko. And still, encouraging you to continue on reading. And I promise you it will make a great difference in your life. So, see you ulit sa next reading wrap-up. Bye!